a chance, though, that you could be seeing a little bit of drizzle out there, especially out in Malibu. Our sky camera, there's not much to see. It is so cloudy to start off your weekend. 60 degrees for you in Malibu. Taking a live look, this is Burbank, a little bit more sunshine in the mix, so we're starting to see those blue skies. Inland spots, you're going to clear really nicely today. We're seeing less and less of that cloud cover each morning. 61 degrees for you out of Burbank to start the day. So looking ahead to the rest of the weekend, we've got more of this familiar pattern. We're really good at this by now. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine, keeping us mild. And that cloud cover, it's not going to stick around as long, but definitely if you're heading out the door, have the sweater, have the hat. And I was looking for the word. We're seeing a little bit of drizzle to start the day, but we actually have a very gradual warming trend that's coming in today, tomorrow. It's gradual. Like I said, you're really not going to feel that warm up until next week. That's when our temperatures are going to be back to right around average. So we're not talking about a heat wave. We're not seeing any triple digits. It's just going to be where we normally are for the month of July. Inland Empire, look at this. We're in the 80s this weekend, so really mild today, a little bit warmer for your Sunday. 90s returning on Monday, and then you are rounding out the month, the week in the mid 90s. No triple digits just yet. Again, this is really just around average for where we usually are in the summertime. The reason we've had such a mild start to the summer has largely been in part to these series of troughs of low pressures that have just been moving on through. And we have one still sitting over the west coast. But I want to turn our attention to this ridge of high pressure out to the east. That's going to start to impact us as we head into next week. So rounding out the weekend, low pressure sticks with us. It sits over Southern California. This high pressure, though, it starts to inch closer, expanding, moving on west. And by the time we get into next week, high pressure is going to dominate the region once again and bump up our temperatures. Again, very typical for this time of year. We normally see a series of high pressure systems moving through, but not today. So enjoy this really mild setup. Lancaster, Palmdale, 87 degrees, 79 for you in Simi Valley. Speaking of the upper 70s, LA, Orange County, that's where you are the next couple days. Morning clouds, afternoon sunshine makes a return. And then as we head into next week, by Tuesday, that's when we see a return to the 80s. And we round out the week with really mild temperatures, still in the 80s. I mean, it's warmer, it's around average, but it's still a really nice 7-day forecast. Valleys, Inland Empire, low 80s today. You bump up to the mid 80s by tomorrow with a return to the 90s by Monday. Along the coast, a lot of folks headed to the beach, the U.S. Open. It's going to be a busy weekend, but a beautiful weekend out there. Morning clouds, afternoon sun, temps in the low 70s, surf 2 to 4 feet. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. Mountains, speaking of great weather, you have a really nice weekend ahead. Low 70s today. It will be a bit breezy, gusts up to 35 miles per hour. You stay in the 70s all weekend and back to the 80s by Tuesday. Finally, our deserts, high 80s today. You bump into the 90s by Sunday. I mean, talking about the 80s for July for the deserts, it's crazy. And then a return to the upper 90s at least by the end of the week, but no triple digits in sight just yet.